Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. During his customary Sunday Angelus address, the Holy Father made yet another heartfelt plea for a ceasefire in Ukraine. While addressing believers gathered in St. Peter's Square, the pontiff said that the city of Mariupol in the Eastern European nation, bearing the name of the Holy Virgin, has become a city of martyrs. The pontiff also expressed indignation over the slaying of innocent children and defenceless civilians, and urged the aggressors to stop the invasion before turning cities into cemeteries. The Pope said that, quote, God is only a God of peace, he is not a God of war, and those who support violence profane his name. He also urged nations to welcome those who have fled the war-hit country, as Christ is present in them. On Sunday, March the 13th, the Vatican reiterated that it is ready to do all it can to bring an end to the conflict in Ukraine, so said Cardinal Parolin, the Holy See's Secretary of State. He has also expressed his readiness to play the role of an interlocutor in negotiations between Kiev and Moscow. He said this in an interview with Italian state television, during which he recollected his telephone conversation with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. The Cardinal added that although Russia has acknowledged the Holy See's proposal, there are no indications that it is being implemented so far. Cardinal Parolin said that it is important that a way is found to bring an end to the war, adding that the ongoing diplomatic efforts will have a positive impact. The most important diplomat of the Holy See added that the Church is undertaking a lot of initiatives in the spiritual and humanitarian realms. He also said that he is in contact with the nunciature in Kiev to coordinate relief measures. Humanitarian efforts in the country are being conducted by both Caritas Ukraine and Caritas Spes in coordination with Caritas Internationalis. Volunteers are bringing relief materials and medicines to internally displaced people, those taking refuge in bomb shelters, and refugees in Poland and other neighbouring countries. Papal Almoner Cardinal Konrad Krajewski, who was one of the two special envoys sent to Ukraine by Pope Francis, concluded his visit on Saturday. Speaking to Vatican News, the Polish cardinal said that the sun will once again rise in the war-torn nation. He said he was able to bring the Holy Father's blessings to the beleaguered people of Ukraine and pray with them. The cardinal added that he took with him rosaries blessed by the Pope and gave them to soldiers and civilians alike, adding that they were in tears when they came to know the beads were blessed by the pontiff himself. The top prelate also said that he thanked all people of goodwill who opened their homes to let in refugees. During his visit, he also spoke with religious and civil leaders who expressed hope that the war would end soon. Meanwhile, in the Holy Land, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, Pier Battista Pizzaballa, has expressed grave concern over news reports that 16,000 fighters from Syria and the Middle East are joining Russian troops to fight in Ukraine. In an interview with the TV channel of the Italian Episcopate, the Patriarch said that these militias would further intensify the conflict, adding that people try to get to the Middle East involved in everything, rather than indirectly or directly. The top prelate also said that although Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett has offered to play the role of mediator between Kiev and Moscow, it is not an easy task, as there is deep mistrust. Separately, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said on Friday that militias from Syria and the Middle East will be permitted to fight alongside Russian troops in Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin is a key ally of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and had supported him during the civil war in Syria. As believers around the world are incessantly praying for an end to hostilities in Eastern Europe, residents of the US state of Texas observed Sunday, March the 13th as a day of prayer for Ukraine. Governor Greg Abbott gave the proclamation to pray for the war-torn nation. On Saturday and Sunday, the governor's mansion sported the Ukrainian national flag and was illuminated with blue and yellow lights, symbolizing the national colors of Ukraine, in order to express solidarity with the people in the country. Earlier, the governor had issued a press release in which he said that he and his wife Cecilia encouraged Texans of all faith and religious backgrounds to join them in a day of prayer for all of Ukraine and to stand in solidarity with the thousands who have been affected by the war. The press release also said that prayer has the power to comfort, heal, and bring peace beyond all understanding. In the US state of Florida, Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Núñez has defended the new Parental Rights in Education bill that seeks to curb discussions about sexual orientation and gender identity in public schools from kindergarten through to grade 3. She said critics should read the bill, which is about parental rights and about ensuring that children are not indoctrinated. The Lieutenant Governor said her parents fled Cuba in 1961 at a time when children were being indoctrinated by the communist government and made wards of the state. Núñez added that under the leadership of Governor Ron DeSantis, children will be protected and parents will be given full authority in decision-making from education to healthcare. If enacted, the bill will allow parents to file lawsuits against school districts in cases where there are violations. A province in Canada has announced a hike in its funding designated to help faith institutions and other communities protect against hate crime. The 2022 budget of Calgary has increased the funding from $2 million to $5 million, with this being announced by Premier Jason Kenney, along with Minister of Justice and Solicitor General Tyler Shandro, at the Calgary Vietnamese Alliance Church on Sunday, March the 13th. The church was the target of an arson attack in July of last year. The funds will enable faith communities and NGOs to set up surveillance cameras, motion detectors, fencing and alarm mechanisms to stave off hate crimes. In a statement, the Premier said that he was proud that the government is committed to keeping religious communities safe as the province continues to stand against hate and violence. Ever since the discovery of mass graves on the premises of former Christian residential schools in Canada last year, there have been waves of attacks on churches and Christian monuments across the country. The Missionaries of Charity have elected a new Superior General. Sister Joseph is the successor of Sister Prema, who led the congregation founded by Saint Teresa of Kolkata for 13 years. It was on Saturday night that the decision was taken, so said Sunita Kumar, the congregation's spokesperson. Sister Joseph will be assisted by Sister Christy, Assistant General, Sister Cecile, Second Councillor, Sister Marie Juan, Third Councillor, and Sister Patrick, Fourth Councillor. Sister Joseph, who hails from the South Indian state of Kerala, is the third Superior General of the congregation ever since Mother Teresa passed away in 1997. The first Indian to become the Superior General, Sister Joseph was serving as the Regional Superior of the congregation and has also served in the metropolis of Kolkata, where the congregation is headquartered. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.